ప్రపంచ పారిశ్రామికవేత్తల సదస్సు ఏర్పాట్లపై నీతి ఆయోగ్ CEO అమితాబ్ కాంత్ మాట్లాడుతున్నారు. ప్రత్యక్ష ప్రసారం ద్వారా చూద్దాం.
But he'll be joining us shortly, and I would welcome him as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, the Global Entrepreneurship Summit is being held for the first time in. Is being held for the first time in South Asia in Hyderabad from November 28th to 30th. This is being co-hosted by the governments of the United States and India. The Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi, will inaugurate the summit, and advisor to the President, Ms. Ivanka Trump, will lead the US contingent to the Global Entrepreneurship Summit. This is the 8th edition of the Global Entrepreneurship Summit, which is a preeminent gathering of entrepreneurs, investors, and supporters from around the world. The theme is Women First, Prosperity for All. This will be the first GES in which women are the majority. Over 52.5% of the participants will be women. More than 10 countries represented by an all-female delegation, including from Afghanistan, Saudi Arabia, and Israel. A number of leading female leaders and voices will speak at various plenaries, breakout sessions, master classes, and workshops, including tennis champion Sania Mirza, Google's vice president of Next Billion Users, Diana Patricia Layfield, and CEO of Afghan Citadel software company, Roya Mehboob. This year's summit theme demonstrates the commitment of the United States and Indian governments to the principle that when women are economically empowered, their communities and countries thrive. Women entrepreneurship helps drive innovation and job creation, as well as address the world's greatest and most critical challenges. The inaugural plenary of the high-powered 3-day summit will take place on Tuesday at the Hyderabad International Convention Center. I take this opportunity of welcoming the Chief Secretary of Telangana, Mr. S.P. Singh, who is the government of Telangana has provided us huge support. They've been a great partner, and we've worked in very close partnership with both the government of the United States of America and with the government of Telangana. And I welcome you, Mr. Singh. The inaugural plenary of the high-powered 3-day summit will take place on Tuesday at the Hyderabad International Convention Center, followed by 2 days of networking, mentoring, and workshops, anchoring the collaborative environment for entrepreneurs to exchange ideas, create networks, and take their passions to the next level. There's a huge lineup of very distinguished speakers at the plenary session, which is listed, which I'm telling you. The Prime Minister Modi, as I said, will be, Mr. Narendra Modi will be inaugurating the conference. We'll have with us the Chief Minister of Telangana, Mr. Chandrasekhar Rao. We'll have with us the advisor to the President of the United States, Ms. Ivanka Trump. We will also have with us the Governor of Telangana and Andhra, Mr. Narasimhan. We'll have with us the Minister of External Affairs, Mrs. Sushma Swaraj, and we'll have with us the Raksha Mantri, the Defense Minister, Mrs. Nirmala Sitharaman, on the first day. After the inaugural function will focus on the 4 main themes of this conference. This will be followed by a panel discussion which will be moderated by the Chairman Emeritus of Cisco, Mr. John Chambers, and will comprise of Ms. Ivanka Trump, Mrs. Nirmala Sitharaman, our Raksha Mantri, Ms. Sibonjale Sambo, the Managing Director, SRS Aviation and SRS Petroleum, whose case study is a very fascinating case study of a person who was rejected for a job and then went on to create one of the most unique aviation companies. And Mr. Marcus Wallenberg, one of the most distinguished entrepreneurs of Europe. He's the chairman of Skandinaviska Enskilda Banken, SEB, popularly known as SEB. The next day in the morning, we'll have the plenary sessions on innovations in workforce development and skills training, which will be moderated by Mr. K.T. Rama Rao, and will have as its members Sherry Blair, founder, Sherry Blair Foundation for Women, Ms. Chanda Kochar, Karen Quintos, Chief Customer Officer, Dell, and Ms. Ivanka Trump, advisor to the President of the US. We have a vast number of sessions The plenary participants will join dozens of other session speakers and experts, and we'll have close to about 1,500 entrepreneurs, investors, and supporters of entrepreneurship from more than 150 countries and territories across the world. This summit has introduced a mobile application to enable seamless networking among all the registered delegates. A wearable device interlinked with the app is also being provided to all delegates for use during and after the summit. So far, 1,500 delegates have downloaded the app, 20,000 profiles have been viewed, 4,000 messages and 6,000 business cards have been exchanged, and almost 500 meetings have already been set up as of yesterday evening. In addition to entrepreneurs, we'll have from across the globe to share the incredible stories and innovative projects. There'll be, as I said, we'll have ministers and we'll have very distinguished speakers here. We'll also have with us on the concluding day the Minister for Commerce and Industry, Mr. Suresh Prabhu, who will moderate a very fascinating panel discussion on Women Win, We All Win, promoting inclusive environments for women entrepreneurs. As all of you are aware, pushing for and providing greater impetus to women entrepreneurship is the key to India. It's critical for India's growth, and therefore this theme comes at a very crucial juncture where the government of India has laid so much of emphasis and focus on Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, and a vast number of other schemes on women as well. In addition to the huge amount of networking and the huge amount of pitching and the huge amount of interaction that will take place, we will take this opportunity to showcase the immense travel and tourism potential of India, particularly of Telangana. The first evening, a dinner is being hosted at Falaknuma Palace, where all the delegates will go there. The second day, we have another heritage site, the Golconda Fort, where we'll have another great evening to be spent there. And I will now request His Excellency, the Ambassador of the United States, to give his opening remarks, and then the Chief Secretary, and thereafter we'll open it up for discussions.
Well, thank you very much, Amitabh, and you've really covered the waterfront, so I'll have just a few additional comments. I appreciate all of the information that you imparted. First of all, it's delightful to be here in Hyderabad. This is my first event and major event as U.S. Ambassador. I only arrived in the country about 11 days ago, presented my credentials on Thursday of last week, left on Sunday for Hyderabad. So here I am, and it couldn't be a nicer place to be in a greater event. In my view, this is the Global Entrepreneurship Summit is really just another very significant sign of the strong partnership that the United States and India have across a broad range of issues, including economic issues, entrepreneurship, innovation, how we can help women, youth obtain jobs and advance prosperity in our countries, but not only for our countries, but working together for countries around the world. As was mentioned, there are going to be representatives from over 150 countries at this summit, and so it's going to be quite an extraordinary event. On behalf of the U.S. government, I want to thank the government of India for all of the excellent work they've done, the Ministry of External Affairs, NITI Aayog and its CEO, Mr. Kant, have done excellent work, and we appreciate it. Also, the Telangana government, we thank you, Mr. Chief Secretary, and others of the government, and the city of Hyderabad, which is also, as you can see, really put itself out to make this a great success. In addition, I want to thank our mission here in India, folks in Washington, D.C., and really partners throughout the world that have come together for this.